This helped me out a little bit today. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's had a great and wonderful day or having a great and wonderful day. Thought I'd bring you along with the watering system that I put in here. Now I've shown y'all before a watering system I did with those little drinking nipples, but I found these little cups and I kind of really like them, but I'd ordered them because this all thing was supposed to be built months ago, and so I needed to order some more of those little cups, and to come find out they came out with a new and improved version that I really liked a lot better. Let me show you the old version I got, and I can kind of show you some pros and cons if y'all are thinking about using these same cups. Let's go over this way. Okay, so what we have here okay, I don't know, can you get a good view of this one? This is the old style, the original style that I got that I thought was nice. It was metal so that the rabbits couldn't chew it up, and durable, and it's those things where, you know, when they drink the water, you know, it raises up and then will fill back up. It's got a little spring and stuff in here, and they work pretty good. I got, you know, I've had these for the chickens as well, but they're all plastic. Now with the chickens, it was a lot of always cleaning them out because their dirty beaks would get up underneath there and clog up that little stopper. But with the rabbit, I figured they're not going to be getting too dirty. So, but the problem with these is the water really gets right to the edge on these things, and they don't really fit on the cage very well, because you can see how long they come out here, big gap. You know, you can kind of pull them back like we were doing at first and kind of setting them in there, but the rabbits could still stomp on them and turn them all around. And like I said, the water, I mean, it comes right up to the edge on these things. So that's the old style. They work, but they're a little bit more fragile for rabbits to be stepping on them. Alright, so this is the newer version, and I like this better. It's a nice big rounded cup. It's about almost 2 inches about across and around, but it only fills up about halfway. It's the same concept. Once the water gets in there, it weighs it down, and when it empties, it raises up with that spring and fills back up. And this is all done by gravity water system too, so they work great. So I really like them, and it's a nice round, but these are a lot sturdier to be yanked on and stepped on, because they actually have little clips back here that clip onto the cage, and they have these little clips that clip right onto the wire. And they actually also have a little hole in the back, and this is one thing I'll show you, that the way I have my cages done, I couldn't do it, and I didn't really know it, you know, by the time I'd already figured out this system and already built these cages. But there's a little screw that goes in here that goes through the wire and really secures this thing on there real tight. So you can see on the first style they made of these same cups, there's no clips back here to clip, and you know, it's such a long length here compared to the newer style. And like I said, there's this little hole back here if I scoot this over, but the way I made it, it's really meant to run my tea that I have on here. It's really meant to run the other direction, so that you've got room to put the little screw through this hole, and it's a split screw. It goes right through this wire, and it's got a little wing nut that goes on the end. But I've got no room here the way I had to do my water with these cages.
We'll manage.
But it's working. Like I said, it's a lot sturdier. They can't so far been stepping on it and messing it up. So I got all this stuff on Amazon. The cups, I guess, in a sense, are a little pricey. They're about $4 a piece. I think it was like $24, $25 for 6 of the cups. so far I'm liking them. If I don't like them, the teas that I got, I don't know, some big pack, they weren't that expensive. They're threaded, so you know you can thread that piece in there. And I did a little extra precaution with it. I wrapped a little bit of, you know, Teflon tape around the threads and then threaded it in there. And it's got a little rubber washer back there, or a little silicone washer or something. So, I mean, they hold up pretty good. But I guess really the design for them is to run them to where I'd have to run them this way, along the bottom. But the way my doors are and everything, I didn't have enough room to do that. So that you could actually really secure it to this cage. So, I mean, you've got that little screw in there and stuff. I mean, it'd really secure it to something. So, but I just brought it all the way up, and it runs down and around, and I've just got it teed off to run down to each one. The reason I also upgraded to using the PVC, a little pricier than using the little rubber hoses like if you saw my the way we used to do the rabbits. I like this because you got a little bit less algae buildup, of course. And we're also doing this for during the winter time. It won't freeze up as bad. Now we probably still might get a little freeze up here, and we're going to see how that works down here. Hopefully it doesn't bust anything down in here, but it'll take more to freeze the PVC. Plus, I just threw a couple of these pieces up here for just to show. I've still got to, you know, insulate it all, but putting the insulation around it. The winters that we have, they don't get super cold, so this will stop a lot of that freezing problems, so that we don't have those little lines frozen for most of the day. I mean, yeah, I guess they did thaw out faster maybe, but you know, they froze like that. Wrapping them and doing all this, we can have a little bit also less algae growth than we had in those little clear lines. Of course, you can get little black lines that may be a little pricier, I guess, than the regular clear tubing, but I just wanted to show y'all this because I thought it was pretty nice. And of course, next time we probably do some filming down here, you should see all these pipes hopefully wrapped up, that I don't get them all messed up. But and then we just got it going back into our water tote up here, our little holding tank. And of course, we still got to finish off with our rain catchment on the other end so that we can just get the water from there, and we'll just pump it up into here, and also have us a faucet outside the front to keep using. And then I haven't put my little cabinet or my walls up on this yet because I wanted to show y'all what I was kind of using. It's an old sprayer tank that, you know, cleaned out real good. But I'm also going to put, this is all going to be walled off with insulation around this to stop this from freezing, and of course all the pipes will be wrapped to stop them from freezing.
We're missing.
Well, we're missing this because, you know, I'm standing where, you know, there's a set of cages supposed to be built right here. So, but you know, the water comes out. You know, and these little the water cup, like I said, with them clipping to the wire cage and stuff like that, and they're not being so long like the original type of it was. I've seen them already stick their paws and stuff, you know, down into the cup and everything, and it doesn't really budge it and don't really hurt it. And so far, no one's broken one. So far, I'm liking them. We'll see how well they hold up during the cold month. And getting pretty happy now. Nice new setup for all the rabbits. A lot better setup than we had before. We've got a little bit more room. Just still got to finish off a couple other things. I'm going to maybe think about y'all's ideas, if y'all have got any. I'd like to do, it'll probably be pretty, I know the one idea I've got will work pretty good, where I'm just going to run probably a screen right underneath this thing, kind of at an angle, to catch all my rabbit poop on one end. But then I also want to kind of backtrack with something else to funnel back down out the front or something for all the rabbit pee-pee, so that we don't have it all just sitting in here on the ground. And supposedly I've seen a few things where rabbit pee-pee is supposed to be good for
pest control
and fertilizing and all kinds of stuff. I'm not really sure.
Diluted.
diluting it down and stuff, but I'm not too sure about that. I've seen rabbit pee eat, primed paint off of, metal before, so I don't know about that. And I'm currently also working on upcycling making some little small rabbit feeders. They don't need that many pellets, so I'm just making these little small things with, got a little couple of pop rivets in here, a couple of pop rivets on the front, slide it right on through. I did this with a little tab, but I don't know. I may not do that on my next ones. I think I may just do them flat with a little piece of wire to hook around just like I do the hay feeders. But this is also, of course, made out of the same metal that comes off those totes. That thin, metal. So far my little test bunny, which is Carbon here. Hi Carbon, how's it going? She has not complained to me at all about it. She hasn't given me a thumbs up on it though, but she hasn't given me any issues or,
But we don't use the feeders that much. Mainly it's going to be during winter when we don't have greens.
Yeah. I didn't put a front on it like you see all your regular feeders, but they only need a few pellets. You don't want to overload them with pellets. So that works out pretty good. I mean, according to her, she would love to have a whole handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of pellets. But no, we don't want that though, do we?
Hey, Carbon.
Like I said, I'm giving it so far. I like these new style cups compared to the original style they had. So if you look on Amazon for the cups, you might see those little long pan looking size ones. And if you look right down below, there's actually, it says a, upgraded version. But I'm pretty sure Shauna will leave a little link down below somewhere. You can click on it to see where it's going to be at. But like I said, so far I'm liking them. Not really dripping. Like I said, I actually put a little bit of Teflon tape around the threading to make sure that everything's sealed in there pretty good. And you can get those little tees off Amazon as well. I think it's a 1/2 inch tee slip on each end, and then it's a 1/8 of an inch threaded. But now, if y'all, by chance, if y'all know anywhere where I can get like a 1/2 inch elbow with the 1/8 inch threading on that end, that'd be great, because then I could elbow these in and then be able to use that little nut to secure them to the cage even better. So that's another thought for you also. And yeah, if you've got any comments or anything, leave them down. Let me know if you're like, oh boy, you really messed all that up. You really should have done it a different way. Let me know, because it looked all good in my head. It still looks kind of good, but it probably could have been done better.
You're too hard on yourself.
Well, thanks again for coming along. I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to see y'all till next time. Later.